stay sane within it, and how you find the hope and the drive to keep going. Because I know you're now there's other bullshit rumors going around. How you find that courage and the tenacity to keep plugging away.
It's basically two things. It's my general belief in justice, which comes from my father was a police officer, and when I was little, I come from the town of Bremen, which is a port city up in the northern part of the country, and we have this marketplace, and there's a statue called Roland. It's a knight, and he carries a sword in his hand. Between his feet is a crippled person whom he protects, and he faces the church, and he was set up to face the church because of the free citizens of the city of Bremen. We're free citizens. But that's what my father kept telling me. We're free. We don't need anyone to tell us that we're free. We are free. And we have to do the right thing. And when the time comes, you may have to pull your sword out of the sheath and fight for the people who cannot defend themselves. That's what the Roland symbolizes. On the marketplace, smack in the center of our marketplace. Now, my father, I was about 6 or 7 years old, and my father, when he did criminal work, he got so frustrated, he told me it is no use. As soon as you investigate rich and famous, either politically or financially famous or powerful people, someone is always going to shut you down. And that's the district attorney, the prosecutor. And I said, why is that? Well, because they're part politicians, or they're easily pressured by politicians. Now, in the meantime, I've learned that is true, because even the European Court in 2017 decided that German prosecutors cannot issue international arrest warrants, let alone enforce them, because they are not independent, because there's always a danger that someone like Angela Merkel tells them to go after her political opponents.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Thank you so much for doing this at such short notice. Now, Seba, where are you in Europe at the moment?
I'm in Switzerland.
You're in Switzerland. Now, yes. So how long have you been associated with helping Reiner Füllmich?
Oh, from the very beginning, since he was arrested, which I couldn't believe it. And then...
well, let's stop there and take it, because for a lot of Australians, they don't even know who Reiner is. So let's talk. I'll do an intro to introduce Reiner, but talk about the arrest. What happened with the arrest? Because he was stolen right from a country.
Yeah, he was kidnapped from Mexico. He was in Mexico because he was denied entry in the United States some months before his arrest. And then suddenly we found out that he was arrested. So he was kidnapped from the German authorities in cooperation with the prosecutors and these accusers. So what they did was to disguise his kidnapping as a deportation first when he was in Mexico. And then they disguised this kidnapping as an extradition after he was arrested at Frankfurt airport. So he was just put in jail for one night there after he was taken to Mexico City from Tijuana airport, where he was kidnapped. And then the next day, he was flown to Frankfurt. The flight was paid by the German government, which also says something. And once he was in Frankfurt, he was arrested upon an illegal European arrest warrant, which was completely false and was based on a false criminal complaint. So I'm speechless. I'm still speechless when I have to talk about it.
Can we talk? I know this is back to basics, can we talk about the criminal complaint? What is he actually charged with?
Well, the last charge that was in place, let's say so, was illegal loans. Okay, so the judge asserted that Reiner had no authority to take out loans from the Corona Investigative Committee. Okay, but let's step back a little bit. Why did Reiner take out a loan? Because the German government was going after everyone who was against the pandemic measures. So he had a phone call from someone who told him, Reiner, be careful, but they are going to seize all the bank accounts. That's what happened to this person. So they warned him to be careful with the donation money he had on these accounts. Okay, so what they did was, and when I say they, it's because Reiner took out 2 loans, okay, but also Vivian Fischer, Reiner's co-host, did also take out a loan. So only one of them is in prison, but we can speak about it later on. Okay, so they did the exact same thing. So they invested 1 million euro in gold, okay, and then to get the money protected, they decided to get these loans, okay? And these loans were made in writing by signed contracts. It was done in complete transparency. Vivian signed Reiner's loan and Reiner signed Vivian's loan. Okay, so everything is there to be seen. Okay, so the charge was illegal loans because the judge stated that Reiner had no authority to take out a loan without the other members' consent. Okay, there were 4 members on the Corona Committee, investigative committee, but it turned out to be false what the judge stated, because Reiner had the authority to take out a loan without the other members' consent. Okay, so once the defense lawyers were able to dismantle this charge against Reiner, the judge found himself without anything to charge Reiner. So he invented a new charge.
Oh my Lord.
Yes. And so from that point on, these illegal loans were, for the judge, fake loans. And they would be like hiding a secret agreement, which is nonsense. So he had to do that because he didn't have anything against Reiner. So he invented a new charge. And right after he invented this new charge, he stopped the evidence, the taking of evidence, and he stopped the witnessing. So Reiner was not able to get his witnesses to take the stand and to testify.
So he was not allowed to have a defense.
Sorry?
He was not allowed to have a defense.
No, he was not. He couldn't take his witness to testify.
Wow.
Because the judge stopped immediately after he invented this new charge. So, yeah.
And this is modern day Germany.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I could be here with you for hours to tell
how much. What is the sentence? He's been in jail for 2 years now. What was the full sentence they gave him? For those who don't know.
Okay, it was 3 years and 9 months. But there is a but. In the end, it's 4 years and 2 months, because when Reiner was sentenced, he had already spent 18 months in pre-trial detention. Okay, normally the pre-trial detention in Germany is 6 months. Okay, he was there already for 18 months, and he still is in pretrial detention because he appealed. So he's still in pretrial detention. But the judge didn't deduct the full period of the trial detention. So he only deducted 13 of the 18 months he had already served, which is also scandalous. That's illegal. That's why the sentence at the end will be 4 years and 2 months, not 3 years and 9 months. And 3 years and 9 months is exactly what the prosecutor asked for. And of course, this is huge for an alleged embezzlement of 700,000 euro. No one would spend 1 day in jail for having embezzled, allegedly, because he didn't, but for having embezzled 700,000 euro. Okay, no one would spend 1 day in jail. So he's been in jail for 2 years and 3 months now.
It is just extraordinary, isn't it? We have over here too, we now have political prisoners in Australia. They've got hate speech laws that have been passed as we speak, where they can now arrest people for what they've said years ago. So if you said something the government didn't like 5 years ago, now that this law is coming in, they can arrest you 5 years jail. So it's happening around the country. But I think Reiner was so powerful in what he was doing because of his reputation. Obviously, it seems to me, I don't know what the thoughts are over there, but it seems to me this is just, they're just taking out a leader.
Yes, but they won't break it. Then they won't manage to break him. No way.
Yeah.
He's too strong. He's supported by millions of people. And
yeah,
you know, he's such a leader. They can't break him. He was tortured. Maybe you know that, but he was tortured.
Tell me.
You don't know that?
No, we haven't. We don't hear anything over here. Snippets. Yeah, literally nothing. Just a few posters, free Reiner. I haven't even seen a major interview about it. So this is why I'm so glad you've come on. So anything that you think everybody knows, believe me, Australians don't. And we want to. Yeah.
Because
so
there are many Australians who are supporting him. Even
no, there is that, but I'm talking the mainstream.
Yes,
you know, you don't see it anywhere like this. So tell us about the torture.
Yeah, he was put in self-confinement for 6 months, which is against the rules of the United Nations.
Yeah,
the
7 days.
14, I think. 14 days. Okay. Yeah, 14 days. So 6 months in self-confinement. That was in the prison he was before, which was the Rostov prison. Because after he was sentenced, after a couple of months or so, he was moved to another prison where the conditions are slightly better. However, he was shut up again over there, but we can talk about it later. So he was put in self-confinement for 6 months. When he was taken from the prison to court for the hearings, he was put in handcuffs and shackled. He was asked to wear a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Okay. For the transportation. And after he was taken back from the court to the prison, he had to undergo a complete body search. Every time.
It's every time they go to do a strip search.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay. So he was treated like a criminal. Can you believe it? He had to walk with his shackles. And he could only make just little steps, and the hands they were handcuffed, and they were attached to a belt here, you know, on his belly. So he couldn't even carry his documents, nothing, and he had to be very careful not to fall down because that would end really very badly. So then in these 6 months, he was not able to have any contact with the other prisoners. Why that? Because he was helping the other prisoners with their cases, okay? So the prison management didn't like that, So he put himself. Well, this is actually the official statement that okay, he was put there because he was giving legal advices which were not very welcome. So in these 6 months, he was not allowed to use the gym. He was denied medical care. Even he was denied the support of vitamins or stuff like this. He was not allowed to spend his 1 hour outdoor activity with the other prisoners. He had to do it on his own, in complete solitude. He was not even allowed to make phone calls, and unless all the other prisoners were already in their cells. And he was not even allowed to say hello from the window because they would be punished. Both of them, they would be immediately punished. And Reiner witnessed some abuse on other prisoners. What else? He was forced to eat alone. And what's really very, very heartbreaking is that he was not allowed to see his dying mother. His mother was dying, so she was not well. So Reiner asked to be brought to Bremen, which is not so far away from Rosdorf, where he was before. And the prison would have said yes, but the conditions were that he would visit his mother handcuffed and with shackles, and he had to be accompanied by 2 security officers, armed security officers. So can you believe it? This poor lady was was not feeling well, and she would see his son coming in like this. Yeah. So he didn't accept these conditions. So
there's no mercy.
He didn't want to to see. Well, he didn't want his mom to see his son like this, of course. Yeah. So he could not see her, and he couldn't say goodbye to her. And afterwards, he was also denied the participation to her funeral.
Do you think they are being especially cruel to him in order to terrify anyone else who wants to try replace him, to say, stay quiet, because we'll do this to Reiner, we'll do this to you? You know, they're just really trying to scare the world. Yeah, that's right. They're really trying to scare the world into not fighting back. And by because when I've interviewed him twice. What amazed me was he was a very powerful, successful man, and he was so wonderful. It was like talking just to a friend you've just met. He was so gracious, so funny, so charming, so clever. You could see how he could become a major leader. He's just awesome. You really felt you were in the presence of a great man. I think I'm saying, yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I've never met such a pure-hearted human being like him.
Yeah.
He's so generous. He's so generous, and he's got such a big heart. And so it's more heartbreaking if you know what kind of person he is. But yes, to go back to your question, this could be an example for the others, but I think most of it is to break him.
Really, they want him broken.
Yes, because he's so powerful, and he has gathered all the evidence of what he calls the biggest crime against humanity ever perpetrated. So he's got all the evidence. So he's so powerful, and he was ready to act. So they did that to prevent him going on with this investigative work and going after them. Okay, yeah. And I forgot to say one thing. When
Sure.
he was in self-confinement detention, they put a guy next to his cell, right the next cell. This guy had very, very strong mental issues. So this guy was crying all the time, or speaking to himself. He was throwing objects all over. I think he broke everything that was in his cell. So he had mental issues, but he stayed there for several weeks. And during this period of time, Reiner was not able to sleep anymore. Okay, so they did that on purpose, because there were empty cells much further. So they could have put this guy far away, but they put it right next to Reiner. So Reiner, in this period of time, was ill all the time, because he couldn't sleep anymore, and he couldn't sleep, he couldn't concentrate on his case. And the trial was on, so he had to attend the hearings. And that was really very, very bad, because I was very worried about Reiner in this period, because you could tell how that would affect him. So after, I think, 4 or 5 weeks, they replaced this guy. Well, I think he was put in a hospital where he needed urgent care. That was not his place, but they did that on purpose, and this is called white torture. So Reiner has been subjected to white torture. So the world must know what the German authorities, in quotes, authorities, have done to him.
How are the people of Europe? I know you can't speak for all of Europe, but how's Europe seeing this? Do many people know? Do they care? Is there a huge uprising of people demanding his release? What's happening especially in Germany?
Yeah, well, I think in Germany they are quite scared, because the German government is going after everyone. So they are not, in my opinion, but this is my opinion. So there are many doctors who are languishing in jail because of the pandemic period, right? So
these were doctors who spoke out about the vaccine?
Yes, exactly. There are many in jail.
Really?
Yes. It's disgusting. It's disgusting what they are doing to these people.
Well, how many would you say? Well, 50 or 20, or we have a load over here, but they're not in jail.
I'm not sure, but I think I'm not sure. I don't want to say anything wrong. I know about
I understand.
some cases, but I think quite a few.
Yeah. So they're arresting basically they're arresting dissidents, anyone that's standing up or speaking out.
Yes, also activists. I know that there are activists who have been in jail for 3 or 4 years now, and doctors as well. So they trumped up charges, because there are no charges. So they just invent the charges to put them in jail, and this is again an example for the other people. So that's why I'm saying maybe German people are a bit scared to do too much. So I don't know. I'm saying that people are coming together because we had. Did you see the video that Philippe Carillo, the filmmaker, and I produced? With the VIP?
If you send me the link, I'll share it here.
I will send it to you. So what we did, we contacted about 150 experts who had been in an interview with Reiner. And so we asked them to record a 1-minute video. And then Philippe, who is a filmmaker in Vanuatu, and Graham knows him, he put together these all the clips, And we've got people like Senator Malcolm Roberts speaking out in favor of.
Yes.
Okay, we've got Tony Nikolic from Australia.
Yep, the lawyer.
The
yes.
lawyer. I think Charles Covers, Graham Lyons, of course, from Australia. Gigi Foster from Australia as well. Yeah, and then we've got Archbishop Vigano, who is powerful, and his clip was shared by Jim Ferguson in the UK and had 3.3 million views. Wow, and that clip, only the short clip of Archbishop Vigano, was also shared by General Michael Flynn in the United States.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So we had nearly 4 million views just with that. So this, of course, and we had also Kalin Georgescu from Romania. We had Andrew Bridgen, who is very active in helping. He's very active in helping us with this fantastic team, and many others. And so we put together this video, and I will share it with you. We've got English spoken and English subtitles, and then we also have with Italian subtitles and French subtitles.
No problem.
You will recognize many of them. We've got Dr. Mark Trozzi from Canada, who is Mary Holland from the United States. Well, we've got many. I can't.
There's a huge support behind him then. There is there's a huge support behind him then.
Well, it started with that video, let's say so, because we got to meet with people. We got together. We are trying to uniting now, because up to that point, everyone was doing something, but we were not coordinated, right? So now we are trying to get together. We've got a Facebook group which has reached the 30,000 members in a few weeks. And I must say again, thank you to Andrew Bridgen and his fantastic team, because they helped us in doing that. Otherwise, we would have still have just 200 or 300 people from Europe, from Switzerland, and from Germany. So Andrew Bridgen's help is so impressive, and that really helped a lot. And so now we are trying to get people together in this group. The same group is also in X. And I have also Substack, which I started recently, so that I can put out all kind of information about Reiner.
Send me all these links. I think you have. I'll put them all in the show notes when it's coming up.
That's great.
Is anyone able to speak to him? Does he have lawyers and people, or are you able to get in and visit him in jail, or is
I visited him. I visited him on.
What was that like? Tell me what it was like to visit him.
Well, very emotional. I was, that was the first time I met him in person, because I was following his fantastic work, and of course that was it, right? So I was afraid I would not be strong enough to visit him, but I must say that day was fantastic. It was so well. You must understand that Reiner is a hero for me. Okay.
Yes.
And I call him the greatest warrior of light, and I'm sure he is. He's got a great mission now. And now we have to make sure that we help him to complete this mission, to accomplish this mission. And so, yes, I visited him just before Christmas. And,
were you allowed to hug him, or were you behind glass?
Oh, no. I could hug him. Yes.
Oh,
yes, that was good. I mean, what I experienced was not this oppressive energy that you feel in prisons. Okay, that was quite good, I must say. I mean, it's still a prison, don't get me wrong, but there is a big it's like a coffee place, you know,
Yeah, like
where all the prisoners meet the visitors. Okay, so all the prisoners together visit get the visit of the people, and so everyone has a table, and so you just go there for 1 hour. And so when the door opened, I saw him. He was sitting at the first table, so he was waiting for me already. And you know, I think there were like 10 meters, and I think I just made the 10 meters in 2 steps, because I just jumped on it, and I said, my hero, you are my hero.
How are the other prisoners treating him? Did he say?
This prison now is treating him much better than the one before. But the other one,
the other prisoners themselves.
Oh, that was awful. That was awful. It was really awful, yes. But here he says the food is better, and people are treating him much better than he used to be treated there in Rosdorf. And he had more opportunity to make phone calls, but in the meantime, this has been cut off, because I can explain that to you, because this is very important. So he was able to make many phone calls, which he was not allowed in Rosdorf, because back then he was only allowed to call his wife twice a week for maybe 20 minutes, okay? And he was not allowed to call anybody else. Okay. Wow. Well, he could call the lawyers, but also sometimes they didn't allow him to call the lawyers, which is against the law as well. Okay. Yeah. So here in the new prison at the beginning, that was very good, because he was also able to be live on a show, on Roger Bittel's show, 3 times. So he could call on, you know, while he was broadcasting. And to people. Okay, so but because Reiner filed a criminal complaint against the judge, of course, the prosecutors, the accusers, the prison management of the other prison, the Rosdorf prison, so he put together a criminal complaint. And after he did that, he was able to send out voicemails explaining every point of this criminal complaint. Okay. And so right after he was able to do that, the prison management was put under pressure by one of his accusers, Justus Hoffmann, who was able to also involve the prosecutor, so that Reiner would not be allowed to call anymore and to send out any voice messages. So now, sorry, now he's been shut up. He cannot call anyone, only his wife, twice a week for 20 minutes.
With his accusers, how many accusers are there?
How many?
Yeah, how many accusers is he up against?
3.
3.
Yeah, let's get back to that. So the Corona Investigative Committee was founded by Reiner Füllmich and Vivian Fischer.
Yeah.
Okay, the 2 of them. Okay. There were 2 other people who should have joined them, but all of a sudden they did not. So Reiner was introduced to Antonia Fischer and Justus Hoffmann, lawyers, because all of the 4 were lawyers, or are lawyers. I don't know that. Anyway, so they joined the Corona Investigative Committee. Okay. So Antonia Fischer and Justus Hoffmann are 2 of his accusers, whereas Vivian Fischer did not sign the complaint. Okay, she is not an accuser, but she was the main witness in Reiner's case. Yes.
Even though she did the same thing.
Yeah, but she must have been approached as well by the intelligence service
to make a deal.
And that's my opinion. I don't want to say anything. It's my opinion because all the charges against her were dropped. So why that?
So the same charges against her are exactly the same charges against him, but she becomes chief witness and all her charges are dropped.
Yes.
Take from that what you may.
Yes, right.
Yes. Let's think, you know.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, so the accusers are 3 because there is a 5th lawyer who was not in the committee, okay, but he has the law firm together with the 2 accusers, Antonia Fischer and Justus Hoffmann, okay? Yeah, they work together. And this 5th lawyer, okay, is the one who actually stole all Reiner's money. He stole more than 1 million euros from Reiner. Okay, he has the money and he was not allowed to testify in court. So Judge Schindler is also covering up the theft of more than 1 million euros. Okay. So
it's incredible to sense the level of corruption.
It's unbelievable.
You really thought that Germany was beyond this, but obviously they're just like every other country now. They just
I think it's even worse. I think it's even worse than
because we hear about England, we hear about America and Ireland. We don't really hear about Germany over here. So it's quite shocking to say they've got doctors in. And so what else? So she didn't get charged. What else do you do for support? Will you send me those links through that people can get on and do stuff?
I will. Yes, I will send you all the links so that people get informed. We put out all kind of information every day, post. So we are keeping posting. I also wrote the full story of Reiner, which Reiner approved because when I visited him and I had sent it to him, just to let him know that I did that, and I wanted to be sure it was really good and that I didn't made any mistakes, and he said that I did it perfectly. So the full story is available in 4 languages: English, German, Italian.
So you've got a book of it.
Not a book, but the full story.
The full story. Okay, yeah, great. So, and we can get a link to that.
Yes, it's about 20 pages and it will take you 1 hour to get through it. But you already have a good detailed story of what happened to him.
Okay. Just a few more questions. One, how is his wife holding up?
Well, she's taking day after day. We try to support her as much as we can.
Does he have children? I never asked him that question. I knew he was married. Does he have children as well?
I'm not sure about it. I don't think they have children together. Okay. Maybe from the previous marriage, but I'm not sure about it. I don't want to say something I don't know.
And my other question, no, that's fine. Other question, how are you holding up? Because I tell you why before I do it. When you're going up against such a cruel system that lacks empathy, and you're obviously empathetic, you can get to a point where you're baffled. Why are you guys so cruel? So how are you holding up in the face of such cruelty?
Why and how? I think we have a strength inside of, well, I can speak of myself. And I what I see also in Reiner, he has such a strength, and he knows that he has a mission.
Yes.
And my mission now, I know now, I didn't know up to 2 years ago why I was in this world, because I to be honest, I said, well, this is not my world. I don't like being in this world. Now I'm here because I know I can do something for someone. And so I know that my mission is now to get the word out and to help Reiner and to help get Reiner free. And so I just keep going, and I just keep going. I don't know how. I think I have the help from from some angels or.
It is a spiritual war.
It is a spiritual war. Yes,
without a doubt, and it's a test of our spirits. This is it. I hope you stay in touch. That if you have any updates, you can reach out, because over here we don't see any podcasters spreading the news of him, and he's a global story now. It's like a Mandela. It's like this is just what we have to do. This is how we can help, in our little ways.
Yeah, well, I will send you all the information you need, and just one more thing, if I can.
Sure.
Yeah, when I visited Reiner, because I said I was, I just jumped towards him and I hugged him. So we were discussing for 1 hour or so, and then at the end, when I was leaving, I said goodbye to him. And then I was already, going out of the door, and I heard him saying, "We will get them all." And he was smiling, because that's what he used to say every time he entered the courtroom. Okay,
yeah.
We will get them all. He used to say that to his audience. There were many people attending the hearings in support of him, and so he said that, and he was smiling while saying that, and I'm sure he will do that. He will accomplish his mission. Sooner or later, he will do it, and we will help him, because people are getting together. I think people understood that we have to unite finally, and not fight one against the other. We have to unite if we want to win this spiritual war.
Yeah,
it's the only way we have, because he told me while I was there that we are so strong. The monsters, as he calls them, the monsters, they don't know what love is. They don't know what empathy is. They don't know what emotions are, right?
Yeah.
We do. And we are very creative.
Yes.
So that's so powerful. So we just have to recognize that we are so powerful, and we are. And so if we recognize that, and we get together and we work together in the same direction, we will win this war. And I'm sure we will. I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm so positive.
Yes. I want to God bless you, give you your blessings, and to Reiner. I'm a bit emotional because I'm been doing this for a long time now, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the evil. They just don't stop, especially when you see someone as beautiful as Reiner and yourself. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing the story.
Thank you.
And I'll share it as far as I can, and I'll get it up tomorrow or the next day. And please stay in touch if you need anything we can help with or anything like this. And I'll send stuff through, any feedback from our side here. Yeah,
thank
this is
you
very
for
important.
having me. Thank you.
Very important what you're doing. It's very important. I'm huge respect for what you're doing. I know how hard it is to keep going under these circumstances. So I'll just end it there. Take care.
Historically, we are the debris, forgotten faces, never more to be. Instead of legends fighting for something that had no guarantees, living ghosts, we chose to live and die as their worker bees. didn't we break out from their hide? Why didn't we follow our own sun to another life? Why didn't we scroll over all their flowers? Brothers and sisters, it's okay to be free. Brothers and sisters,